What's up, guys? This is Nico from Limitless, and today we're taking a look at the most hyped, maybe rightfully most hyped deck from the new set, Team Up, which is Pikachu Zekrom and friends, I guess, because there's so many different options. Like, some people play multiple Zeraora, some people play a heavy Zapdos focus, some people play Raikou, but I personally found this version to be most consistent and also most fun to play. So let's get right into it. Of course, we have 3 Pikachu and Zekrom GX. Was the first tag team GX that was announced last year at Worlds. And yeah, just take a look at the card and you will see why it's good. Full Blitz, 150 for 3 energies. Search your deck for up to 3 lightning energies and attach them to one of your Pokemon. Then shuffle your deck, of course. And then Tech Bolt GX, as it goes with every Tag Team GX, they have this plus next to their attack cost, which means normally they do like damage and maybe an effect, but if you fulfill the necessary energies for the plus, then you get an additional effect. For example, this attack does 200 damage, and if you have 3 extra lightning energy attached to it, in addition to your attack cost, which is very important to note, for later, for a card that we will get to, you can deal 170 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. And, I mean, that basically means you always, if you're able to attach enough energies, you always take 3 prizes, because you always, I mean, of course, if your opponent has a full field of just GXs with 200 plus HP, you don't, but usually every deck has at least one basic Pokemon, one regular evolution that's not a GX, or a Tapu Lele on their bench, and you just KO it. So you take 3 or even 4 prizes, maybe even 5 if you KO a tag team, or if you want to KO 2 tag teams, you take 6 prizes, but I mean, that's very unlikely. Next up, we have also another new card, which is Tapu Koko Prism Star. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is on your bench, you may choose 2 of your bench Pokemon. That includes himself, but I really suggest you to not use it on himself, because you attach lightning energies to both of them, or like 1 lightning energy each, and Lost Zone the Tapu Koko. So you put it into the Lost Zone, and every card that's attached to Tapu Koko goes to your discard pile. So if you accidentally attach an energy to Tapu Koko Prism Star, the energy is just gone immediately again, because it just goes into your discard pile. Attack is Mach, whatever, Bolt for 120, but usually you will not use it. But could come in handy, so, I mean, but you mainly played for the ability, which is a very good ability. Next up you have the second attacker, which is Zapdos, also from the new set, which does Thunderous Assault, which does 10 damage plus 70 damage if it was moved from the bench to the active this turn. Very important to note, it doesn't apply a weakness, so you can't KO a Zapdos with another Zapdos without using any damage modifiers. So yeah, it's just pretty straight, does 80 damage and is a basic, so that's why you play it. Then we have a support Pokemon, but which also can attack. That's Zeraora GX. Each of your Pokemon that has any lightning energy attached to has no retreat cost. Always handy, because the only energy you play are lightning energies, so always if you attach an energy, it will just be free retreat if you have Zeraora in play. And the attack is Plasma Fists, which is also pretty nice, because sometimes you just need to KO a GX or EX but don't have access to Pikachu. So you can use Zeraora, which can't attack the turn after, but you play plenty of switching cards in the deck, or maybe it will just get KO'd, so the condition is not that important. And the GX attack is Full Voltage GX. Attach 5 basic energy cards from a discard pile to your Pokemon any way you like. But as you might have guessed with the Pikachu, it's very unlikely that you will use this GX attack, because Pikachu's GX attack is just so much better, and yeah. But sometimes it might come in handy to power up your field. Then we have another new card, Jirachi, one of the most hyped cards, and probably even rightfully the best card in the set. Stellar Wish. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, you may look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal a trainer card. That includes supporters, stadium, item cards, everything. reveal the card you find there and put it into your hand, then shuffle the other cards back into your deck, and this Pokemon is now asleep. Pretty self-explanatory. You take the look at your top 5 cards, take a trainer card. Very good. And then last but not least, we have one Tapu Lele just as a backup option. Usually you don't really want to use it because you have plenty of consistency cards with Jirachi and all your supporters and items and whatever. But sometimes you just need to Ultra Ball for Lele. Just happens from time to time, so we just have one Lele in here. Then let's get to the supporter cards, now that we already mentioned Lele, which is for Lily, just the best supporter turn 1 in almost every deck. So we want 4 of her just to be more likely to have it in our starting hand or hitting it with Jirachi if we open Jirachi. Then 4 Volkner, which is also a key supporter in this deck because you get a Lightning Energy card and an item card, and most of the time you have a pretty big hand and you're just missing one item for your combo, like an Energy Switch or an Electric Power, and you can just Volkner for the card. And the Lightning Energy is also always nice because you play Lightning Energy. Then we have 4 Guzma. It's just our good guy Guzma. It's in every deck. Sometimes you play less, sometimes you play more, but in this deck it just makes sense to play 4. That wasn't intended to be a rhyme, but and then we have 1 Erika's Hospitality, which is also one of the new cards, and you can only play this card if you have 4 or fewer other cards in hand, which means it doesn't include her, so with her it's like 5. And you can draw 1 card for each Pokemon your opponent has in play. So you can draw, of course we don't have Skyfield, so you can draw up to 6, which is always nice, especially if you already have a hand that you can't play down, because there's a lot of cards you don't want to play down or can't play down in the turn, and then it's just a lot better than Lily later on. For our item cards we have 4 Nest Ball, because Nest Ball searches literally every Pokemon in our deck. The only exception being Lele, because of course it still searches for Lele, but you can't use Lele, but everything else is still usable after you use Nest Ball for it, so just insanely good in this deck. Then we have 3 Ultra Ball. Some people play only 1 or even less, but they also most of the time don't play the one of Lele, so we just play the Ultra Ball to have more consistency, and there's also more outs to get a Tapu Koko, get a Zekrom, hit a ball with Jirachi, so just makes sense to play some Ultra Balls as well. Then we have 4 Electric Power, a card that was pretty bad up until now. Of course it was also already seen playing some like Koko spread decks and whatever, but now it's actually part of one of the tier 1 decks, and doesn't have to be attached. It's just if you play it down, your Lightning Pokemon attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon this turn. So you, for example, if you have the Pikachu Zekrom, which does 150, you play 2 Electric Power, it does 210. Next up we have 3 Acrobike. It's just in there for consistency, burning through your deck just to increase your odds of getting the Pikachu set up as fast as possible, because that's what you want to do. Then we have Energy Switch, which allows us to switch around the energies that we attach with Tapu Koko, so we can attach 1 energy to the attacker that we want to power up, 1 to a different Pokemon, energy switch to the attacker that we want, and there we go. 2 Switch, just to be able to switch around our Jirachis or just anything actually, so switches. Then we have 3 Escape Board, which is just super good with Jirachi, especially, which is very important, that you can even retreat when you are asleep or paralyzed, and since Jirachi puts itself to sleep with the ability, you can still retreat with Escape Board. Then we have 2 Choice Band, just making it easier to hit big numbers with Pikachu Zekrom, as if it doesn't already hit high numbers on its own. But with Electric Power we have 6 damage modifiers, so actually a lot, so it's very likely. Then we have 2 Stadiums, 1 Thundermountain, of course, also one of the older cards. So, it's not really that old, it's 1 set old. That allows us to attack for 1 less lightning energy, and that's actually where it comes, where it's very important to read the text of Pikachu Zekrom precisely, because it's not that you need 6 energies that you don't always need 6 energies because you need like 3 in addition to the cost that's on the card or something. But it's actually that the attack itself already only costs 2, so you have 2 plus the 3 that you need additional, so you only need 5 if you have Thundermount in play. And last but not least, for the stadiums, we have 1 Viridian Forest. Just nice to be able to discard lightning energies for Tapu Koko, or sometimes even discard other useless stuff that we don't need anymore. For example, if we have like no target for Nest Ball and Ultra Ball in our deck that we will ever want to use for the rest of the game, we just discard it and we don't have to see it again. For example, Nest Ball, of course, you can always play down anyways, but let's say you have a full bench and want to discard Nest Ball, or as I said, Ultra Ball. Just nice to fin in the late game or to get lightning energies in the early game. And yeah, the last card we have is obviously Lightning Energy, 11 Lightning Energies. You could play more, but I feel like 11 is enough, and you never really lack energies, but you also never have too many in your hand, so just a very nice amount that just makes sense. And yeah, that's gonna be it for the deck list. I really like it a lot. I don't like the Raikou approach at all because it's way too slow in my opinion. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and definitely make sure to try it out because it's for sure one of the best decks in the new format. So yeah, just try it out. Okay, that looks like a very colorful deck. Not entirely sure what it could be. I mean, water could be Vulpix, fairy could be Ninetales, grass could be, I don't know, anything, everything. Starting is looking pretty good. We have Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, and Lily. It's always nice to see. And he's been okay, Fairy Energy. So nice, it maybe wasn't too far off. Yeah, there's the Ninetales. Counter Catcher, Rare Candy. So maybe a new version of the Swampert control deck. Maybe. Yeah, give me those mulligans. Ah, Jirachi. It's also nice to see. Yeah, Vulpix. If we opened Jirachi, it would be actually pretty likely to KO the Vulpix turn 1. Because then we can just get any switch, escape out, and now we actually have to hit switch because it's Pikachu Zekrom. I mean, of course, we could also hit turn 1 full blitz. Also possible. Okay, that's the Decidueye, like, not a Decidueye, it's a Rowlet, so it's Zero... not Zero Tails. Tails with Swampert, probably. That's gonna be name, right? Yeah. What do I have to be scared of in his deck? Does he have anything to one-shot me? But I guess he could play Yveltal GX. But, I mean, how likely is it really that he gets it? Okay, looks like he wants to prepare Lele to be able to deal with my Pikachu Zekrom. So right here is actually... I might actually just go for a Zapdos and then Guzma KO the Mudkip. Right here. I actually think that's what I'm going to do because there's no way I can get full blitz and I don't want to let him set up. Okay, Coco Prism is in there, that's very important. So's Tapu Lele, so's Thunder Mountain. Yeah, we have basically everything we need. That's of course not ideal. I would have liked to turn 1 full blitz, but sometimes you just have to kill the Mudkip. Also, doesn't hurt too much that we didn't use Lily last turn because he will most likely always have a full board, so Erika's next turn is just going to be pretty good. double heads. That's nice to see. Not for us, but for him. Yeah, we need to keep the other Ninetales in mind. We still have another Zapdos left, and if I'm not mistaken, the Ninetales is 110 or 100, so one Electric Power is even enough. I mean, and even if we can't KO it, then I mean, as long as he doesn't one-shot Pikachu, we can always just take 1 KO on Ninetales and 1 KO on Lele in the same turn. Or just in general a 3 prize turn. For example, next turn I can again try to go for the full blitz turn. Okay, that's interesting. But we need Thunder Mountain next turn anyway, so for now this is not too tough. Of course means we can't use Zapdos, but it's fine. He's fine. Okay. Okay. I will Erika for sure, and we want to use Faulkner because there's always cases where you need one of trainer card. So we just grab the Coco, or do I actually go for Zeraora so I can retreat? Because it's actually very unlikely that I get it right now. So actually I will just grab the Zeraora so I can retreat into Jirachi to get a setup. So we Erika here. Okay. Yeah, we Acrobike before we Jirachi. Okay, we have Nestball as well. Still don't want to put down Coco this turn. Simply because there's always the option for him to KO it, so I just want to use it if I can actually get the full setup. So we Stellar Wish, Skateboard, and I guess the Skateboard makes sense because we can put down another Jirachi, so if he KOs this Jirachi I can promote the other one, attach a Skateboard. It's fine that we lose this energy because we have energy switch and we will use Coco anyway, so we just attach here. Anything else we want to do? We keep the Nestball for Coco, we keep a Skateboard, energy switch, electric power, yep. And his turn. Hitting a kick to next turn would be very nice, because that guarantees that we have the attack next turn. Otherwise we will have to use full bits with 4 energies, which is still fine, but not ideal. So we'd rather not want to do it. Yeah, Zapdos is gone. So that means we have 1 energy in discard for Coco. Still need a second one, preferably. Okay, it doesn't even KO the Jirachi. So yeah. I guess it's very likely that we will use Coco this turn, so let's just grab it now. So you can get a better Stellar Wish. Okay, that's the Thunder Mountain. So now I can actually... I really want to KO the Lele this turn. Otherwise I could have Guzma'd and then used Jirachi again, but... a little bit tough that I have to use Coco for 1 energy because I don't have energy. I don't know, I haven't used a supporter. Perfect. Also can grab the Choice Band here. So we can actually attach here. Attach this one as well. Choose a Skateboard here. Play down Thunder Mountain. Retreat into Pikachu. And then full blitz. Yeah, we can just attach everything to this one. Unless he plays anything I'm overlooking right now, but I don't think so. Especially because he attached a grass here, that basically tells me he doesn't play Rainbow. Because I don't... like, there's no way he plays Fairy, Grass and Rainbow. Usually Fairy is normal, that you can also play Fairy. But then it's a Fairy Rainbow split and not a Fairy Rainbow everything. And the next turn, I mean, he won't have a second Wondrous Labyrinth because it's a Prism Star, so next turn I just, yeah, KO is active and something on the bench. And yeah, so we have 230, let's just attach it here, and then we play this, and then GX, and KO this one. Okay, he just conceded. Yeah, pretty quick game, I think, but I hope you enjoyed it and you were able to see that even if you don't use a lot in the first turn, it's just so easy to get a Pikachu in one turn. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.